You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. This is your results and standings update from Sunday, March the 29th. Yankees-Orioles first. The Orioles have won the series against the New York Yankees 2-1. Despite solo home runs by DJ LeMahieu and Miguel Andujar, the Orioles got a 3-run homer from Renato Nunez off J. Happ in the first inning, which was all the offense they needed. Both bullpens relieved somewhere in the seventh inning and gave up a total of 0 runs. All runs were earned by the starting pitching. One of our games of the day here on Major League Baseball's virtual network, the Pittsburgh Pirates lose Game 3 after winning the first 2 games. The Rays had exceptional offensive performances by Austin Meadows and Brandon Lowe in this game. Lowe went 3 for 4, getting 3 RBIs off 2 home runs, and Meadows went 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run. Pirates starter Trevor Williams went 4 innings and gave up all 6 runs in his losing decision. Adam Frazier hit a solo home run in the Bucco loss. The Toronto Blue Jays swept the series after a 7-run 4th inning gave them the lead. Bo Bichette went 3 for 4 with an RBI in the Jays' win. Chicago White Sox won 3-2 against the Kansas City Royals. Eloy Jimenez gave the Sox an early lead after he hit a 3-run home run in the second inning. And the Royals got 2 runs in the 7th after a Nicky Lopez double, but they didn't score in any other inning and lost their 3rd in a row. Chicago White Sox completed the sweep of their American League Central rival. Another American League Central game, Detroit balanced out its scoring throughout the game, but the Indians put up a 7 spot in the 8th inning, which was all it needed to win. Franmil Reyes and Francisco Lindor each had RBI doubles that inning, and Cesar Hernandez hit a sacrifice fly. Norris pitched into the 8th for Detroit, but he couldn't make it out, and it took 3 bullpen arms to stop the Indians' offense that half inning. Oakland 4, Minnesota 3, final score here. Joakim Soria got the win out of the bullpen, and Taylor Rogers got hit with a blown save. That's his 2nd of the year already. Oakland won this series 3-1 in the 4 games against the Twins. AL West matchup, Rangers-Mariners. Seattle got out to an early 3-0 lead, but again, the Rangers came back and tied the game late. The Rangers ended up winning in extras, and Jose Leclerc got his 3rd save of the season in this 4-game series. More AL West games. It's the Houston Astros 6 and Los Angeles Angels 5. The Astros were able to win after a 3-run 8th inning and won the series against the AL West rival Angels. Mike Trout went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs in the loss, and Roberto Ozuna got his 2nd save of the season. Davinsky also got his 2nd win of the season out of the bullpen. The Phillies were able to take an early 2-0 lead in the first against the Marlins, but the Marlins did respond early as well, and it caused the game to go into extras. The Phillies scored a run in the 10th inning and split the series with the Marlins, 2 games apiece. More NL East baseball. The Washington Nationals 6, the New York Mets 3. The Nationals won the rubber match of this game, getting 3 home runs, 1 hit by Trey Turner, 1 hit by Adam Eaton, and 1 hit by Juan Soto. Mets starter Rick Porcello gave up 5 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings pitched. Our other game of the day here on Major League Baseball's virtual network, despite a Joey Votto 3-run home run and a 2-run cushion going into the 9th, the Cardinals were awarded 3 walks by Reds closer Raisel Iglesias in the 9th, and the Cards capitalized, scoring 4 runs and securing the win in the bottom of the 9th inning. Reds starter Trevor Bauer pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, and struck out 9. He got a no decision. Another NL Central game. The Brewers were able to win their second straight thanks to a 4-run eighth inning. Jeremy Jeffress pitched a third of an inning out of the pen and gave up 4 earned runs. Jeffress, a former Milwaukee Brewer, losing to his former team. Atlanta 3, Arizona 1. The Braves were able to win the series, scoring 3 and keeping the Diamondbacks to a run. The Braves got homers by Freddie Freeman and Marcell Ozuna in the win. And National League West game, the Rockies were able to salvage at least one game in this series, scoring 9 off the Padres. The Padres still won 3 games out of the 4-game series. Zach Davey, the Padres starter, gave up 5 runs in 4 innings pitched, and he got the losing decision. Over to standings now. Starting in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays completed the 4-game sweep of the Boston Red Sox and start the year off in first place. The Orioles beat the Yankees in 2 games out of the 3-game series, and they're in second place with a 2-1 record. The New York Yankees lost 2 to the Orioles, and the Tampa Bay Rays lost 2 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're tied for third place with 1-2 records, and then the Boston Red Sox in last place, winless after getting swept by the Toronto Blue Jays. To the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox swept the Royals at the top of the AL Central. They are 3 games won, no games lost. The Indians won 2 against the Tigers, so the Indians 2-1, the Tigers 1-2. The only AL Central team to start the season with a 4-game series was the Twins, and the Twins lost 3 to the Athletics, 1-3, and 2.5 games back of the division lead, and the Royals winless against the White Sox, starting the year 0-3. Over to the American League West, the Houston Astros won 3 against the Angels. They're tied for first with the Rangers, who won 3 against the Mariners, and the Oakland Athletics won 3 against the Minnesota Twins. Not a division series, but those 3 tied for the first place spot. The Mariners losing 3 to the Rangers, and the Angels losing 3 to the Astros, tied for last place with 1-3 records. Wildcard standings still not quite a factor, but that's how you can gauge who your top teams in the American League are right now. Over to the National League. Here's the National League East. The Braves won 3 games against the Diamondbacks and are now 3-1. And at the top of the National League Eastern Division, the Braves are the reigning NL East champions 2 years in a row. Washington Nationals won 2 against the New York Mets, and they're in second place, a half game back of the Braves with a 2-1 record. Miami Marlins and Philadelphia Phillies split their 4-game series, 2 games each. They're each a game back of the lead, tied for third place. And the New York Mets losing 2 to the Washington Nationals, now 1-2 in the National League East. To the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals swept the series against the Reds and lead the NL Central 3 games won, no games lost. The Milwaukee Brewers beat the Chicago Cubs twice, and the Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Tampa Bay Rays twice in a 3-game series. And these 2 tied for second place with 2-1 records. To begin the year, the Cubs lost 2 to the Brewers, now 1-2, and in fourth place in the NL Central, and the Reds last, getting swept by the Cardinals, and these standings could have been a lot different if the Reds had kept that lead in the 9th inning of the game they played in today. And over to the National League West, rather even right now. The Padres beat the Rockies in the 4-game series. Didn't win today, but won the series overall and start the year 3-1. San Francisco Giants beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1 and are in second place in the NL West. Dodgers 1-2. Rockies lost 3 to the Padres, now 1-3 to start the year, and the Diamondbacks lost 3 to the Braves, now 1-3 to start the season. National League wildcard standings Again, not quite in play yet, but that's how you can gauge who your top teams are in the league. You see the Giants, Brewers, Nationals, and Pirates all around the top, along with the Marlins and Phillies there as close seconds. That's been your recaps and standing updates. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.